MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill, and I got a lot to tell you about today. I'm so excited. All right, first of all, we talked last Thursday. We talked about going with your emotions, right? Or listening to your body. And I don't listen to my body. So let me see here. Okay, I'm sharing this a lot of places. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about not having MS, living with MS, but not allow living with MS, but not living in MS. I don't know whether I made any sense, but my feet are really cold, and I put on some shoes and temporary shoes because I'm gonna wear boots today. I know it's because yesterday we went from, let's see, 90 degrees a couple days ago. That and that's from it's been going from 80, 90, and today it's 61. So and I think I like that. I think I like a respite of cold uh, in between uh, really hot, uh, and that just was so great. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about medical marijuana. All right, what seems to be working. I'm going to talk about, you know what, about how to have great, emergency, last minute, just smoke and mirrors, how to look good. And I'm going to focus on lips today. All right. I had I had a neighbor come over, and she, you know what? If you're watching, because you were talking about how you watch every once in a while and you laugh like crazy, uh, so I just enjoyed that interaction with this neighbor so much, and she came over, and uh, there's two different strains. I was like, come in, come in. We partake, and I'm not mentioning names, but if you watch this, you'll know who you are. Well, what we did is that there is most people in the world like sativa or sativa, and they like that because it gives them energy, right? And we're told that there are certain strains that we need to look at for MS that'll give us energy, that'll work like Ritalin, or that'll work like that. And I followed all of the charts. Well, these terpenoids, terpenoids are supposed to work with you. Humulene is supposed to give you supposed to take away your cravings for food. So anything that's on humulene in a terpenoid in your medical marijuana, it's supposed to curb your energy. There are other things, limeade. Hi, Rob. Uh, I'm so glad you're here. You're my number one fan, right? I don't know. You always make me feel greater than I am. Y'all do. And I let so I guess you guys. So all right, back to what I was saying with the terpenoids, humulene, limeade, limonene, or lemonine, or anyway, that's supposed to give you euphoria. There are other components. I studied this. Believe it or not, I created a interactive chart. So uh, you put in how you want it to feel. You want to feel euphoric, happy. You don't want spasticity. You don't want couch a lot. You want energy. You put it all in, and then it spits out the strain you should want. Uh, Unfortunately, I get the strain. All right, it said green crack. You need green crack, which is like Snoop Dogg, whatever. And it's supposed to give you energy. It's supposed to focus you. So what did I do? I bought green crack. But you know what? And the same thing with all these sativa strains. It's supposed to work, but and then I go to the bud master down at the medical marijuana place, and I say, what? Hi, Step Nancy. Hi, Sarah. So I asked, what is supposed to be the best for MS? And there's a nurse practitioner that works with you, and they're like, all right, I'm going to order you this. So you take what she does, and she says, Nancy. But anyway, she tells you this is what you're supposed to take. You buy it, you take it, and all of a sudden you have like $1,000 worth of medical marijuana, and the Sadvia, it doesn't work. It doesn't react the way it says. Humulene, which is supposed to curb your appetite, all of a sudden you eating every bit of candy. I mean, you're crawling under the couch. All right, you have MS, so you're not crawling under the couch, but if it's on the ground, it's got a hair on it, and it's a hard candy. Pull the hair off and eat it, right? Because first of all, my point is that when hi Dee Dee, when you have all these strains that's supposed to be predictable, and they tell you this is going to work for migraines, this will work for spasticity, this will work for energy, this will put you to sleep, this will curb your appetite, and you buy it and you put good money down, and it's $50 of vape. So you buy it, and all of a sudden it doesn't work for you. You can't return it. You go back and you're like, what the heck? I just spent all this money on all this stuff that it's not like an aspirin. You got, hi, Jane. You got a headache, you take an aspirin, it goes away, right? It's predictable. It's 80% of people who take an aspirin with a headache will have it go away, right? It's chartable. But I think if there's a medical marijuana place and you go and you do this research and stuff, and you drop $50 down for what they say, then the probability and statistic you better it better the product better work than 15% or 20. All right, so maybe 60% of people actually can do that. Maybe everyone with MS reacts differently to this marijuana. Maybe if because I know if I take a narcotic like a Vicodin, I know that where most people get sleepy, I get amped. It's like, all right, what are we gonna do here? So I know narcotics or they work a little to make me a little bit hyper. So why would this work for everybody? And the aspirin doesn't work for everybody, and the small percentage it actually kills. So all right, there you can let that off. Let them off for the fact that there is an error on some people, but my point is that each strain, if it's not predictable by a bud master, if it's not predictable by my all my research, I discovered it, and it doesn't work the way it says it's gonna work. There, this green crack and these energy strains, this sativa, there, it makes me a little tired. It doesn't, but it makes me a little tired, kind of out of it. And that's old mimosa. That is cantaloupe haze. This is I feel like a fool with all this stuff. But I'll tell you what, I gave it the college try because you guys leaned on me and said, "All right, stop it with the narcotics. You need to try medical marijuana." And I believed you. I fine, fine. I had nothing to lose because the pain clinic that I've gone to, they want me to take so much narcotics that you can't go to the bathroom and you can't see straight. So, and you're catatonic. And I thought, well, I don't want to be high and I don't want to be high on drugs. And I'll tell you what's worse than being stoned off your butt, which I hate. I hate that. What's worse than that is being catatonic because of narcotics, right? Because when it wears off, you're a little edgy, you crash, it is so unpleasant because the narcotics, even the narcotic addiction, the euphoria people look for narcotics only lasts. You take the pill and all of a sudden you feel euphoric and it lasts. Even with me, I'm hyper and stuff. It only lasts like 3 hours. Even the long term, the oxycontins, the oxymorphones, and I know that people hate these drugs because they of the people getting addicted to it. And I think because they're always chasing the euphoria at the beginning. Oh, I only want an itty bitty bit of the narcotics because it was working with me. Say 10 milligrams of opana or synthetic morphine, and I didn't take it every day. I took it every third day, and the pain clinic says you will take it exactly as we tell you to. That is two morphines, uh, let's see, twice a day with a short acting like a Vicodin, but it's Nucynta. All right, I'm getting in the weeds, but what I'm saying is that the way they said, look, you have to take it this way. You have to pee in a cup to prove you do not smoke marijuana and do it our way. Well, I don't want to be catatonic. I don't want to be catatonic on medical marijuana or on that. It was bad. It was so I followed the recipe. All right. I couldn't do it more than one day. Well, one day I did that with no. You know what? When the world is lying to you. The medical marijuana is like they're in business to sell their stuff. Yeah, well, this should work. This should work. That'll put you to sleep. And I will say the bottom line with this medical marijuana stuff is that what I find there is sativa and there is indica. Indica is, and this is my girlfriend. She tells me that it is, hi Aphrodite, my beautiful Greek goddess. Aphrodite is with us, but I love you, Aphrodite. And one of the things, so all right, what I've discovered, and you guys tell me right now, for those of you in medical marijuana, what I've discovered that works, always works, is everything indica. Uh, uh, this here is Northern Lights. This here is it's 1 gram. It was $100. Well, $100. But the good thing, it's a vape, right? And the good thing about this is this will put you to sleep. It puts me to sleep. I should not say, ever say, it'll put you to sleep because each person is different. But this here, I discovered that all things indica is called, you think of it as couch lock, old fashioned marijuana that would lock you on the couch. So and you can actually so this here Northern Lights is a indica that get a Reader's Digest magazine, get something next to your bed that you can be focused because it's hard to stay focused when you you're done reading, you're in bed, and it's late at night, and you want to go to sleep. And what I like about that is that yeah, you're dizzy if you get out of bed in the middle of the night. So make sure that you have all of your stuff with you. All right. Try the I'm telling you. Tell me. All right. Tell me how many people like indica and how many people like sativa. Just chime in here. Sativa. And the other one that I really liked, in fact, last night, my neighbor, and then my other neighbor came over. It's funny, but she came over and she just super responds to sativa, and it's so fun to watch. It's there's certain people that it's like putting batteries in the Energizer Bunny. So she came over and I opened up my vape box, with my $1,000 of you know what, Sarah? She says, "Have you tried hybrid?" Which is a little bit of sativa and a little bit of indica. It's a combination. Yeah, I have lots of hybrids, but what I really really like, and that was last night. Where is I bought her favorite strain because I thought it would help me because I wanted the same effect. I mean, it's bizarre. She's so clear. You give her. I gave her that, and all of a sudden she was like the Energizer Bunny, funny and just I mean, there's no TV show, there's no movie, there's no nothing I would have rather been doing than sit on the screen and porch, uh, watching the Energizer Bunny clap its, you know, and so that's what she did. She smoked some sativa, uh, uh, let's see, cantaloupe haze is what she did. And all of a sudden, it's like I gave her an espresso. I was like, what the heck? And it would be so great if every single one of people with MS could react the way she did. We'd all be just gathering that. It's so pleasurable. I also gave her anyway. So what I'm going to say is that if we don't react uh, the way other people react to this Energizer Bunny strain, right? If we spent, and I've done it for this show. Hi, Dee Dee, Demarius, it is. But wait, Dee Dee, aren't you the same Dee Dee is on? Dee Dee, are you on YouTube also? I'm a little confused. But anyway, so as far as medical marijuana, the other one that I love at night or it's evening, it's called Bubba Kush. It's an old fashioned and it's indica. And whereas she took something to give her energy, I took something that is supposed to be big time couch lock, but it doesn't give me the munchies, and I could sit back. It really works with if you're around people with that are super hyper, and and you just have to sit back and watch and enjoy. It was really good, and I've been doing that now earlier and earlier. I just it's like you're not supposed to smoke indica if you're going like Bubba Kush if you're planning on going out and socializing. Well, some people do. You don't want to drive. So there's rules on that, but I got some news for you. I'm sitting there and I'm having such a nice time. And sometimes at night, Brian goes to bed, say 9:30, and and I've also learned from you, Dee Dee. Yeah, that's well, Dee Dee. Are you on YouTube also? Yeah, there's the same picture. Fantastic. Now you've aligned. Um, okay, so what I'm saying is that at night, all right, two different things. At night, it's when Brian goes to bed. That's I typically do the Bubba Kush. It's Bubba Kush, and I'll smoke a little bit of that. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to go to bed. So from 9 at I'm having too much fun, but I don't. I'm kind of. It's great with fatigue because it makes you relax, but it allows you to be relaxed. So if I'm incredibly fatigued, MS fatigue, where I'm like where it's a new type of tiredness that people without MS don't know. I mean, the only way you'd know it and you don't have MS is if you've had COVID and you've been exhausted. I mean, it's unreasonable fatigue. It's unreasonable. Well, I find that with that unreasonable fatigue, by smoking indica, this Bubba Kush, not Northern Lights, because that'll put you to sleep. But indica, if you the Bubba Crush, I smoke that, and all of a sudden, I'm relaxed, but it cancels out the fatigue. Do you understand the difference between being relaxed or mellow versus fatigue? Right? Fatigue is when we lay on the couch and we can't sleep. We're so tired. You close your eyes and you're not asleep and you're not awake. That is, it's you can't walk. You don't want to do anything. It's having your eyes open and looking at the ceiling takes too much energy. It's that kind of fatigue. But I've discovered with me, if I do this indica, if and I'll tell you, my sweet husband made me a homemade bong, and I for flour because I've got other neighbors and friends and stuff who give me pot plants and give me, and I just have to laugh. Um, but to be honest with you, I've done research, as you know, I do. I did the research, and there is when you light pot and you smoke it, there's cancer qualities in that smoke. When you vape, right, the battery portion heats heats the resin up to such a high degree, and then it's like vapor that comes out, and there is less cancer causing elements. Supposed to be much better. Actually, they say there's pinene, there's things in there that actually will help purify your lungs. Let's see, well, what is it? Is it pinene? I can't remember, but anyway, that is so yeah, the vape. In fact, it was interesting, Sarah, because last night my husband says, "Well, you want me to get the makeshift bong at? You can smoke some of the neighbor gave me a mason jar full of homegrown, and and where my girlfriend and I looked and we're like, no, we don't smoke, we don't. Vaping is so it's so ladylike, you know. Although this one is what? See, don't even tempt me. I don't want that. Right? Then I'll get sleepy because that'll put you to sleep. Um, let's see. The second thing is that I wanted to talk about is that my sweet neighbor. She says I get. She told me she gets a kick out of watching me because it's like smoke and mirrors, right? Smoke and mirrors. Oh, how's Dulci's lipstick? How it? So I'm gonna give all of you girls. Hi, Brandon. Yes, yes. Brandon says for me, indica mostly. If it's a hybrid, then it has to be indica leaning. And I discovered that, you know, I Granddaddy Purple. I have another friend who just got I spent I guess $100 for 10 seeds of Granddaddy Purple, and is growing it. And I asked him for one of his seedlings. Let me think. And he gave me. So I have a Granddaddy Purple. I don't know which one because he gave me four seedlings, and I have no. Two of them are Granddaddy Purple, and two is homegrown, old classic. I don't know, but I laugh at that. Okay, so indica, I really like indica because it seems, you know what it does. I think for those of us with MS, I think this indica leaning medical marijuana. When you do the hybrid, the mixture of the energy and the indica leaning uh, stuff relaxes, calms down our immune system. It just calms it down, so we're not so in a hurry. All of a sudden, your legs tell your brain to walk, and you're trying to walk there, and you, spastic. You think about spasticity. What is spasticity? Spasticity is overstimulation on two opposing muscles that lock out, right? Because it's too much is going on, right? In the central nervous system, all systems are firing, and your system is shutting down. So indica will and hybrids will relax your system enough that all of a sudden spasticity is less, you're a little calmer, you're so there is a careful balance. You don't want it so much as far as going to sleep. You don't want to put yourself to sleep. So a hybrid, what is a good hybrid? Uh, what's a good hybrid? And medical bills, exactly. There, you know what? Medical bills, because we try to figure out how to pay for our medical bills without, and our medicines. Oh my gosh, it's getting so expensive. Um, and I will say, all right, I haven't taken my meds today, cause guess what? I have. Hi, Tracy. You're from South Carolina. We got somebody from South Carolina. Trace, I'm thrilled you're here. Okay, so All right, this is my morning pill. All right, how much is actually medicine? No, I think that is. How much is medicine? All right, baclofen. All right, antidepressants because, well, yes, my secret's out. Without this, I'm a little messed up. So one medicine and then ropinirole because of the jerkies, right? So there's only three now this here is spiralactone. It's for menopausal acne. I don't get menopausal acne because of that. So, what is this? NAC, it's acetyl carnitine. What you want actually is cysteine. Cysteine helps increase cognitive function. Vitamin B, you take that one, complex. Quercetin is an antioxidant that when you take with zinc and selenium, and it helps purify your system. It helps you from getting infections and stuff. Milk thistle, it clears out your liver. Magnesium and calcium in combination. Let me see. Oh, I have Detrol, right? Urinary Detrol. I take 2 a day. Cranberry for UTIs. Alpha lipoic acid twice a day, and that's to keep. And it's also nutrients, and that's to keep your brain from shrinking further because. And that's the only study that it did. It actually did. Um, that's what I've got. All right. So I was talking about smoke and mirrors. Oh, did I cover medical marijuana and why it's good? All right. Let me finish my breakfast. Right. Meal replacement. All right. Because guess what? I got up at 10. I got up an hour before we went on. And you know why? Because in the evening I was talking about smoking this Bubba Kush. Hi, Sarah. Uh, I'm so glad you're back. I'm so Susan. It's Susan. Uh, so what was really good is that I take I know what I was going to say that I have decided. Remember, I always say that society says that we should go to bed by 12 and get up at 6 to 8. Well, I said last Thursday I'm gonna listen to my body and instead just I'm gonna go with my body wants to get up at 3 in the morning, I'm gonna go with it. If my body wants to go to sleep at 3 in the afternoon, I'm gonna go with it. So this was I started doing that. I said let's do that. I didn't do it Friday, but on Saturday I did. Guess what I did? 3 in the morning. Brian went to bed at 9:30. 3 in the morning. I did laundry. I cleaned the Monk's Corner, South Carolina. All right, Tracy's from Monk's Corner, South Carolina. Is anybody else from Monk's Corner or from South Carolina? So what I'm going to say is that all of a sudden, when I didn't take medication, go to sleep, I didn't force baby into bed, right? I didn't force that. I just went with baby wants to be up. All right. So baby was up, cleaned the kitchen. I cooked something. I did 2 loads of laundry. While I was downstairs, I cleaned up the pantry. I went into the furnace room and I was organizing and throwing stuff out there. It just so from 9 to 3 in the morning. That's 6 hours. 6 hours by myself. Book on tape. Bubba Kush, and you know what? I had fun. Almost at 3 o'clock, I started getting sleepy. I actually got in bed and fell asleep. Well, I've been doing that, and guess what? Today, I went to bed last night, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and I got up at 10, and I opened up my eyes. I was like, uh-oh, I got to get myself up and get ready for MS Live. But I'll tell you what, and breakfast, I didn't have time for breakfast. Still haven't taken my medication, my right. I still I'm thinking we've got to do this. But I talked a little bit about smoke and mirrors and how to do lips, because my funny neighbors, like, she says, I gotta watch you because uh, I'm a diva, right? I'm a diva, but I don't know. If you decide you want to be a Hollywood star, I enjoy reinventing myself. So I am all about looking like a Hollywood star. Sometimes I don't. I go out with no makeup on and stuff. But this here is a get yourself a neutral flesh tone pencil, and you can get this at the dollar store, or you can get it at Five Below or something. It's a 99 cents. This has been it's 2 years, 2 years old. So you take that and you go around and you fill in your entire lip, right? And I had to do that because it was tattooed. I had my lipstick tattooed, and I got a weird white scar line that goes around. So you put this on, fill it in, and then you get this here is Maybelline. It's Maybelline Super Stay lipstick. All right, it's flat, and it doesn't look good, and it will last like 10 hours, right? So you get that, put it on, put it on. I probably have it all over my face. Put it on, and guess what? When it dries and stuff, when it dries, what's great is what is good when it dries, you can swim in it. It stays with you all day. In fact, I like it a little dark, a little darker. Um, and all right, on YouTube, this super high definition, so you can't see. Only on YouTube can you see my crater, my San Andreas phone. But I am saying that that's fun. Um, you know what? It doesn't. And then when you put on the crown, right? It's like a block. Plus at night, that's right. It's all smoke and mirrors, Gina. When my neighbor's like, and she says, you know, I don't know whether what you're gonna do with your hair, but you it made me laugh because it's when I watch, and I don't ever watch these videos. When I watch these videos, I sit back and I laugh. I'm thinking, who is that? Because I don't even recognize who this person who's talking to you is. And it's so important that if you're watching this and you know me in person, and it's so important that you know that this isn't Dulci Hill. This is Dulci, who hosts MS Live. I'm just a host. There's the green room. I throw on my makeup and I show up. So it's all smoke and mirrors. So yeah, put that on. So first things first, lipstick. All right, and I have to do that because I'm European and I got these skinny lips, right? Let's see. All right, Brandon says sativas are no-nos. As MSers, our nerves are literally raw, missing myelin. This makes it very sensitive. The spasticity is extremely increased and very uncomfortable. Whoa, Brandon, that says so much. Um, that basically is kind of where logically it was going. Uh, it's awesome. That explains the name for my pain. Why I boy, Brandon, I wish I could have cracked your head and talked to you a little bit. Not cracked your head. I don't want to crack your head. All right, I don't want to crack your head. But can we listen? Why didn't I ask that before? You guys are awesome. Yes, Sativa, it just it was it doesn't work well. you know, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, pick your brain. It's so funny. Brian says my mixed metaphors, my mixed metaphors as I get older. As crack your head, pick your brain, crack your head. Don't let the chicken out of the barn. Don't, it is, the bear Catholic? Does the Pope go in the woods? I don't know. It's all, it's all. So have I been shut off on Facebook, Dee? Oh, or you shut off. You know what? And I've been getting away from Facebook so much. So if you're watching me on Facebook and you send me messages and stuff, I just invite you to send me emails at dulcigene@gmail.com. I prefer to communicate with you through the email. Um, so I have to do this. Let's see. Now, Susan, try for. I'll tell you what. If you put it on in the morning, it doesn't suck the moisture out of your lip. But if you put on moisturizers up on top of your lips, they won't last as long. But I'll tell you what I do is the SPF 500 or whatever. I put that on my hands and I put it on my face and my lips. Right. Uh, uh, Data, you're back on. Funny, funny, funny. All right. Susan was talking about, all right, and that's good. The sativa, there's a reason why it would react with somebody with a taxed central nervous system like MS. It would stimulate. Remember, we have such a high response. We react. Even the restless leg syndrome, we react with that. So yeah, it would. Sativa is supposed to get you up and going. We don't want that. We don't. I mean, how many of us actually enjoy how it feels when we take Ritalin or we take Provigil? Honestly, you take these energy, Vivance or anything, you take that, and it's like you've got a good 2 hours, then you crash. You crash. Oh, it's miserable. You crash. Yeah, I don't want that. I'd rather be somewhat level, predictable, and the indica relaxes my nervous system enough that. So you know what? It is wonderful that you. So if you are going to get a medical marijuana strain, vape I really like. In fact, now I'm carbureting it. All right, it's not gonna happen. Occasionally, the resin gets stuck, and oh, all right, and you gotta blow and suck until you clear it, and then you hook it up. All right, let's see. Very little bit. All right, and this is called the Northern Lights. Northern Lights. But I'm experimenting with what you said. Right now, I got the guts to do a little bit of this to see. Let's see how that works on me, because now it'll change me, and let's see how that works. And that's pure indica. It is such high intensity indica, and let's see how that works. Um, Tracy. All right. Let's see. Tracy, are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube? Um, and in fact, if you just hit my profile information. I think I have it. I've got. I mean, I'm out there. I got a feeling I put my cell phone number on that. So please, all right. So we talked about medical marijuana. Let me see, Susan. Ah, Susan. That's what I wanted to read. Let's see. Susan talked about having an awful, have to, let's see, she talked about, she felt terrible. She was on clozapam, which is a long story. Uh, yeah, clozapam. You know what? They tried to give me clozapam, I'd say 25 or 30 years ago. Same thing with tizanidine. Uh, just oh, and it's bad when the doctors say, "Oh, try this, try that." Clozapam, it would work for uh, reducing your hyperactive reactions, right? If that is what they're trying to do, why not try indica, right? Why not? Uh, because if they're just trying to quiet a little bit of your central nervous system, then there's evidence. But I had the same problem. It and it's scary because you think about these medications like gabapentin or Neurontin they put you on. You have to build up your tolerance on it. It becomes physically addictive, so you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to stop taking it." If you stop taking it, the side effects are terrible. Uh, uh, all right. Did I change? Does it look different? Um, Gina, does it look different? All right. So Susan said she was out of state and getting called in was a hassle. I see a physician's assistant, not I see Pennsylvania, right? And you know what? Nighttime restlessness. It's interesting because Susan, it's not. So nighttime restlessness is why you were on clonazepam, and 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 there's also clonopin too, and it relate. But I'll tell you, the logic of you desiring to control a symptom that's bugging you with a medication. That's why I like pharmacists study pharmaceuticals more than what doctors say, because doctors have a formulary. They're like, all right, how do you treat nighttime restlessness? and a doctor's sitting there with you saying, "Well, Susan says here that I can give you Valium, I can give you Xanax, I can give you Clonopin, I can give you uh, this clonazepam. I can give you all this stuff. So let's give you one of these things. Well, all of a sudden you develop a tolerance, and it's bad stuff. You're dizzier. You're not feeling as chipper. So you got to ask yourself. It's like this formula shortage. You got to ask yourself: do we have other things that we can do instead of the classic medication, which now costs way too much, right? Can we, how much a vial of Granddaddy Purple is? If your medical marijuana has it, you're looking at it starts at $50. It's a minimum, right? So these seeds, my other neighbor sent away for. I think he said he paid $100 for 10 seeds and they're female plants. No, it doesn't grow seeds, so it's a hybrid and stuff. So I've got one of these plants, and so for $10, so you figure there's $10 a pot plant, right? That is another solution. Ask yourself, is there other solutions? Is there indica? Is there is there a vitamin? Is there magnesium? But if you take magnesium, you have to take calcium too, because if you take magnesium, magnesium needs calcium to process. If it doesn't, you just take magnesium and it goes into your body. What it does, and you're not taking calcium to go with it, right? What happens is that the magnesium goes into your body and it starts sucking calcium out of your body in areas that it's like your bones, your everything. It absorbs this calcium, and you got to be really careful because if it absorbs too much calcium, you could have a heart attack. So you can't do it. You can't do it. And Tracy is sharing that she does fish oil for pain. Um, and yeah, I do plus omega 3. There's omega 3, 6, and 9, and I take fish oil at night. And the trick is that if you have the propensity to taste marijuana or I'm sorry, to taste fish oil, when you taste it, and you burp it and stuff. The secret is you take it right when you go to bed, because while you're sleeping you're not tasting it. You're not tasting it. So, oh, I did. No, I cleaned. I cleaned a lot of the stuff that was around. So you don't see as much stuff. So I'm in the process with that energy of throwing stuff out, of just throwing stuff out, of getting rid of stuff. I had the teenagers over here, and the girls. We played a couple games. They helped me a little bit around the house, and then I gave them a hefty bag of clothes that they can go through. Hi, Phil. They can go through, keeping it, or give to their friends. And, I gave them some handbags some Coach handbags, some shoes. Oh, I had beautiful shoes, heels, and all. So I'm to the point where I have to stop saving shoes that I think I'll be able to wear again someday because I love wearing it. They look so pretty when I could walk like crazy. Well, you know what? That ship has sailed. I've got to reinvent myself in wearing excitable diva clothes, big hats, bright red lipstick. Uh, so I'll give you a beauty tip, a smoke and mirrors tip every time you watch this. Uh, so one last tip before we go, because I'm thinking, what did we title this, and did we hit all of the things that he said? All right, let's see. In New Jersey, oh, is that a state? Let's see. Susan, yes, she says Susan is talking about being on this medication. She says yes, but it was years ago, and I had no idea at the time. Comes when I can't take it. But you know what? I have to tell you, Susan, it we don't know we're supposed to look for other things until what we're doing that has always worked for us no longer works. Uh, and we're not in a point in our life where we need to use our brains to look at additional options. Uh, so there is something for those of you on Facebook. She says all of her shoes are flat. Yeah, I did too. But and then you need the sandals that been the AFOs. And the propels I showed you the other day, both of them gave me a incredible blister in my left foot, so I can't even wear shoes right now. But anyway, the other thing is that if you're on Facebook, there is Face App. All right, Face App. I did an experiment years ago with this Face App. Right? What did I do? Let me see. What did I do? Face App is an app then it'll glam your face up and make you look like Kim Kardashian, blow up your lips. And it put makeup and contour and it makes you look like. Uh, but you know what it does? It's crazy. I got it because some people in my life that don't think they're beautiful. So it's like photoshopping it. Now it glams and makes them who they think they are, but I've glammed them up. I didn't do that with myself. So one time I did it to myself and it blew my mind. And what I did was took a, I decided to look at the picture of myself that had been face apped, right? It had been touched up and I tried to use makeup to recreate it. Then I took another picture, and then I let you all know with Facebook. I said which one is better, and guess what? You guys came back at me and said there's no difference. It looks the same. And I started thinking, what's fun about FaceApp is if you get it, right? Get FaceApp, get it for one, and start making yourself look like a supermodel, and will create the cosmetics to make that happen. The contour, and all of a sudden you get up and you're about to go to the pool and you're thinking, well, why not put on eyebrows, make them darker? Younger women have darker eyebrows, right? And so if you want, I know that there's a lot of you who say, how do you look like that? Because I don't look like this. If I took off the contouring, if I took off the lipstick, you'd be like, go get yourself together. Anyway, it's top of the hour, and guess what? I know it's Tuesday. Um, and I think you guys are awesome. Remember, we're talking about vapes, right? Indica for MS over sativa, but there's the hybrids, if it's indica, and Brandon was showing us that indica dominant hybrids are good as far as relaxing our central nervous system enough that it will work. Now it'll work more often, better. And remember, I did this, and I feel a little bit of the effects on that. A little loopier than I'd like to. I just feel a little slightly high, but relaxed. I feel relaxed and calm, and that's good. That's good. And Brandon says Taco Tuesday. Used to say two for Tuesday. You know why I said two for Tuesday? Because I would do a Avonex shot, 2 shots, Avonex on Tuesday and Copaxone on Tuesday. Two for Tuesday. I did, but all right, somebody, all right, I'm just going to type down. All right, does anybody know my email and can type it down? Because I'm just typing that down and then I'm going to sign off. And at this point, I should be praying, right? Dulci Jean at gmail.com. All right, here we go. That was really hard. You know what? I do too, but if it'll fit my ankle foot orthotic, if it will my hip flexor assisted device. Remember, I'm listed as a quadriplegic, right? Quadriplegic because the holes on my spine, my brain, it says that so we can write it. I write it. All right, I thought I did. Anyway, we have to go above and beyond what our MRI says. Defy your MRI. Also, we can't be dictated by these neurologists who now want to see us every 3 months. And why? Just to get a paycheck? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that um, let's make Tuesdays and Thursdays about figuring out how we're supposed to be with this disease so that during the rest of the week we can go the rest of the day we can go out and not be not be about MS. Not be that. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for participating today. Susan, it was great to be here. And you know what? Jane must have dropped off because Susan says exactly, or say, okay, maybe you need. You know what? It's true. It maybe the doctors need an MRI because it's insane when they say we're going to do an MRI, and you're like, yeah, I just did one last year, and they're like, yeah, every year I want an MRI. Well, no, I want to have one every 2 years because I have been stable and I don't want to pay for an MRI. So, exactly. Anyway, Jane, thank you for being here. If you're still here, but I doubt it. Susan, Jane was here. Dee Dee, love you. I thank all of you for participating and joining in with us. I hope I was on topic a little better than I used to be. I hope this helped me. But anyway, I love you all. Let me pray us out. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for everybody who's here today. Thank you for Brandon sharing more details about indica versus sativa or sativa, or however you want to pronounce it. Lord, just Allow us to be instruments of thy peace, helping each other live and thrive with a disease that is a bummer. And you know what? It is such an opportunity for us to see the love of everyone around us, neighbors who come over, who just allow us to see where you're sending love, where you're sending us work that is outside of MS, people who need us, Lord. Allow us to just to be comfort. Thank you for everybody who showed up and help us stay healthy and happy until Thursday. In Jesus' name I give thanks. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Remember, worry about nothing, but in everything through prayer and petition. Often make your requests known to God and let the peace which transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Let me tell you something. The more people who have not accepted God as or Jesus as Lord and Savior that I talk to are starting to consider maybe there is a God because so much evil is being revealed in the world. Maybe there is, and that's bizarre when people come to God because they see evil, and it's like all you have to do is look for the good, and there's too much good. There's too much good out here. Anyway, I love you. It's way past the hour, and I keep coming back. Bye.